What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a different environment today. I'm actually in my room. I got quarantined in my room so I don't accidentally get my other family sick in case I have something. So we're going to be making some fun treats that you can make without having to be in the kitchen. So let's get started. Alright, you guys, so the first thing that we're going to be making is some Nutter Butter turkeys. So I've got a plate here, and I've got some Nutter Butters, some candy corn, some candy eyeballs, a little red licorice, and some decorating icing, which we'll get to later. So I'm going to just start with one turkey. I'm going to tilt the camera so you can see it better. There we go. So here I've got my plate, and I'm going to take out one Nutter Butter, put it on the plate, and I'm going to get a few candy corn, and if you can, just kind of peel the top open a little bit, and see if you can stick the candy corn in to the peanut butter. Try and make it stick as best you can. And you want to try and make sure that the candy corn are all about the same length. They don't have to be exact, but this tiny one here probably wouldn't go better with them. So you're going to get a few candy corn just stuck in between the two halves at the top. And I'm going to try and push mine into the peanut butter more because they're falling out. Okay, so there we have the candy corn at the top. I'm just going to press that top half back down. And then we're going to get some decorating icing to use to make it stick. So I have this thing of decorating icing that I can just, I have this part here, and then I can take a piping tip and just like screw it onto the edge of here and pipe it straight out of the bottle. So that makes it a lot simpler. So I'm just going to do 2 dots where I'm going to put the eyes on, and then 1 dot below that, and then set that to the side. So the first thing you want is your candy eyeballs. And you're just going to put those on the top couple icing spots. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of these short little candy corns. Actually, I'm going to go with this one. It's just white, you can see. And I'm going to put that on the other decorating icing piece. You might add a little more for you, but mine sticks. You just want to get enough so that it stays on. And then you're going to add a little dot of icing next to that. And now we're going to take our licorice and peel a little string off the end, just a single strand, and pull off just the edge. Alright, so there we have our first turkey. And it's just going to look like that. It's pretty simple. So now I'm going to make a few more of those. You can make as many as you guys want. And I've got some more plates for different activities there, and a tray to put all the finished products on. Alright, so moving on to the next thing. I'm going to try something a little different here. I'm going to get some M&Ms. And these are the little mini M&Ms. And I'm going to take some of those and just put them on my plate. And then kind of push them all together. And then I'm going to mash them. And I have this knife, so I'm going to use the knife and just crush all the M&Ms. So you can use like the flat of the blade or the handle. And as you can see, I'm just getting the flat of the blade. I'm using the flat of the blade to put it over the M&Ms and then press down. You just kind of want to mash all the M&Ms apart. And you can use the sharp end of the blade too to just cut them to make it a little easier to crush. Alright, so there's most of the M&Ms mashed. Next thing I'm going to get is some white fudge covered Oreos. Alright, so here I've got my M&Ms all mashed into crumbs. And I'm going to get some of these white fudge covered Oreos. And I believe you can just buy them like this. So I'm going to get a white fudge covered Oreo, put it in my plate, and I'm going to get some of this decorating icing just to help it stick. I'm just going to put a little bit on there and get my knife and use the other side to just spread the icing across the top of the Oreo. Alright, and now I'm going to take some of the M&M crumbs and just sprinkle them over the top of the Oreo. So this recipe is less for going for like a decoration type thing like the turkeys were, and this is more just taste, because it's going to turn out really good. Alright, so there you have it. We got a little M&M covered Oreo. And I'm going to get another one, and I'm going to put a little more icing on. And just kind of smooth it out. And then sprinkle some more M&Ms across the top. And then this one's not fully broken apart, so I'm just going to crush it as I sprinkle it over the cookie. And you don't want to completely mash it. I've left some like kind of bigger chunks of M&M, and it helps with both presentation and flavor somewhat. So there's our second one. Now we got 2 of those. Moving on to the next thing. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this one. This is kind of a spin on it. I'm not sure it's exactly how it's usually done. But we're going to get some pretzels and some Rolos. And I'm going to get just one pretzel out for now to show you the process. And then one Rolo. And we're going to unwrap it. And then set it on the plate just for now. Get a little icing and just spread a little bit across the bottom of the Rolo. And get the pretzel and stick them together. And that one's really easy, but these two go really well together. And they're like super easy to make, and they're only 2 things, and they're pretty small, so you can make a ton of them. I'm just gonna make one more. So just a little icing across the bottom, as you can see. Try and smooth it out a little bit. Okay. And then stick the pretzel onto it. Ta-da! So there's that one. Moving on. I haven't actually tried this one out yet. I'm kind of trying it out as I go. I'm gonna get another white fudge Oreo. And I'm gonna get some fruit slices. And I'm gonna get an orange, a yellow, a red, then another yellow, another orange. And then some icing, and just gonna put it over the top half of the white fudge Oreo. And then get the bottom of each fruit slice and press it into the top of the Oreo. And line them all up. I'm not sure how that'll stick, but probably wouldn't stick that whole thing in your mouth anyway. So, I snitched one, but moving on. I'm gonna get a couple of the candy eyeballs and then the icing and do what we did with the Nutter Butters, just do 2 dots on the white fudge Oreo and put the eyeballs on there. I think this is going to turn out more of an like albino turkey, but I want to do another line of icing just over the top of the fruit slices. Once it dries, it might hold them there better. And then I'm actually going to get one of these. I have a bag of Mike and Ike's. And I'm going to get a little orange one and use that as the beak. And then a little piece of licorice to go off the side as the, whatever that's called. I can't think of the name right now. So this looks more like an albino turkey with a big nose and an afro. But, you know, it's fun. So I'm going to set that to the side and we'll go on to the next thing we're making. We're going to need some pretzels, some chocolate chips, some candy corn, some of the decorating icing, a little bit of the licorice, and some candy eyeballs. And I believe that's it, but we'll get started with this. So I'm going to take the chocolate chips and I'm going to get some of them and I'm going to melt it. So I'm going to have my mom go microwave these because I can't leave my room, and we'll melt those down and then bring them back up. Alright, we are back from microwaving the chocolate chips. So I've got my bowl of microwave chocolate chips here. And the first thing that we're going to need are the pretzels. So again, I'm just going to take one out for now. I'm going to take a spoonful of some melted chocolate and just put some onto the pretzel. Put the rest back in the bowl because we're not going to need that part yet. And just kind of smooth it across. If you're doing these in your kitchen, you might want to refrigerate them once you get the chocolate on so it hardens more. But I don't have a fridge in my room, so I'm just going to have it be at that. Get a couple candy eyeballs. Put those on the chocolate. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the melted chocolate across the top so that I can stick the candy corns on. Okay, and then I'm actually going to move the pretzel on top of the candy corn so they don't stick out quite as much. Oh, his eyes just fell through. Let me fix that. I'm just going to add a bit more chocolate across the top of those eyes because they fell through. So I'm just going to get some more chocolate onto the pretzel, smooth that across until it covers it. And then smooth that over the pretzel. Okay, that's better. Now I'm going to add the eyes. And then I'm going to get another one of the Mike and Ike's, the orange one. This one I'm going to break in half so it's not quite as long. Okay. I'm going to put that on, use that as a beak. Get the little piece of licorice and put that next to it for the giblet. I think that's what it's called. I'm not entirely sure, but then there you go. There's our little turkey. So I think that that's all we're gonna do for today. You can make as many of each of these things as you want, but I think that's all I could come up with. One more thing you can do with the leftovers is I had some mini Oreos I didn't use. You can get the leftover melted chocolate and just dip the mini Oreos in the chocolate. And it's kind of messy, but they're good. Okay, so far I've gotten everything I've made and organized it on this little tray here. And I'm thinking of adding just maybe like a tea in the middle for Thanksgiving. And I'm just going to use the decorating icing for that. I am not a like calligraphy person. I can do it with writing sometimes, but icing is not my forte. See, because that looks like a J. So I'm going to do my best to just kind of straighten this out. Maybe wipe this part off. But yeah, there we go. It's a little Thanksgiving treat tray. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and that you learned some quick and easy but really tasty treats that you can make without even having to be in the kitchen. So this is going to be part of my Baking from Quarantine series while I'm stuck in my room, and I'm going to be making some other fun treats, so stay tuned for that. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel to get all the rest of my baking videos. Check out some of the ones where I'm not stuck in my room if you want to. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if there's something that you want me to make, comment below and I'll try my best to do a video about that. And my social media accounts are also linked down below, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.